Good afternoon. The time is 20 to 5 here in LA. And behind me, let me show you who these characters are. We know this guy over here, Uber CEO Derek Kay, Logan Green, John Zimmer, Tony West. And again, I'm calling for new, competent leadership in 2020 during these times. Now, if you have not read the letter that Derek Kay sent to all the drivers, you need to read it. Classic diversion tactics, not taking responsibility, right? And remember, I said this morning, they filed the papers at the end of 2019 in December to misclassify the drivers so that they wouldn't have to pay out sick leave, days off, abolish drivers' rights, etc., right? Now, what the guy does, recall 3 days ago, he wrote a letter and to his investors. He went online onto a talk show and he addressed his investors only 3 days ago, saying, hey, you know what? We have $10 billion on our hands. We'll get through this. There was no mention whatsoever of drivers, the people actually making the money, the people actually paying Tony, the people actually paying John, the people actually paying Logan, and the people actually paying Dara, namely you, namely I. No mention whatsoever. Today he comes out with a letter and says, hey, you know what? I wrote a letter to Donald Trump. I made a couple of calls to Mitch McConnell, to Schumer, to Nancy Pelosi. Listen, if you're expecting results from Republicans and Democrats right now who are trying to hash out a bill to take care of their own cronies, to bail out the shipping industry, to bail out the airline industry, to bail out the hotel industry, to bail out the casino industry, good luck. It's not going to work, right? And if people in my channel felt like I was attacking politicians or maybe specific politicians that they love, how dare I attack these individuals? Remember one thing, I'm attacking both. I'm attacking Republicans and Democrats both at the same time because there was no provision in the original stimulus plan to help us, to help gig workers. They didn't even have it written in. This guy just tried to scramble and write a quick letter. They're hashing it out right now. I doubt that they're going to go into the back room in Washington, D.C. and say, hang on, guys, we need to stop. We need to stall. I just got a letter or an email from Derek Kay. He wants us included. Here, buddy, you don't have that power, unfortunately, right? So true leaders got to take the matters into their own hands. In times of crisis, the top CEOs have taken $1 salary and they've given up the rest of their money. There's no reason that this guy should have $45 million. There's no reason that these guys here should be paid supersonic salaries while we're out there on the front lines hauling in the money. Now, there is an article which Robin's in the house right now. She sent me this link. Thank you, Robin Reeneth. There she is. Where it says the Uber CEO decides driver safety isn't his problem. It truly isn't his problem, right? The way he words it is go out there, get sick, get the coronavirus, contact the public health organization. If you can show the proof that you're sick and that you're dying, right, then we have something for you. We might have a 14-day fund for you, a quarantine fund, right? But has this guy, has his cronies wired any money like Jeff Bezos did into a driver fund? Jeff Bezos at least put $25 million into a driver fund for Amazon Flex drivers in case they get sick. No, he's done nothing, right? Instead, as this article correctly says, and it's by Gizmodo, very well written by, give him a credit, Brian Menegas, very well written. I'm going to read it to you just now. But I've called upon these people, and this is where you guys really need to step up. If anyone wants that newspaper database, by the way, I have emailed that newspaper database to about 60 drivers already, right? Remember, I told you guys I paid $4,500 for that a few years ago. I get updated versions every year on the 1st of January. I get the new version every year. It's 300,000 newspaper editors worldwide, right? All the editors that handle different sectors of these newspapers, events, politics, sports, you name it, right? So if you have a company, if you have an event, you can email them. Right now, if you want to write a press release, keep it under 400 words, or ask me, hey, Torsten, send me your press release. Let's get it out. Right now is the time to put insane pressure, my friends, on these people, right? Day in, day out in social media until they are smothered with criticism, which they well deserve, and they step down, right? We have to be relentless in our efforts in social media to pound these guys, because all they're doing is diverting. It's nothing to do with us. It's coronavirus, has nothing to do with us. These guys are at home, by the way, right? And these guys are working from home. They're not out there in the trenches. They're not out there in the front lines. They're not out there on the streets, the avenues, the byways, the highways, the cul-de-sacs. They're not out there doing the hard work, but they expect to get paid, right? And they expect to get 100% of their salary. None of these guys, I haven't seen any one of these individuals step up and say, hey, you know what? We'll donate 80% of our salary and put it into a driver fund. Trevor Savine says politicians suck. Remind me of coronavirus. Exactly. And both sides suck, right? That they got to be headbutting each other, banging heads, Republicans and Democrats. And they haven't included nurses. They haven't included hospitals. They haven't included doctors. They haven't included firemen. They haven't included policemen in this stimulus bill, in this bill that is supposed to help these people on the front lines. No. What are they taking care of? Casino people, casino owners, hotel owners, airline owners, cruise line owners, to name a few, right? No mention whatsoever about the gig industry, no mention whatsoever about drivers, right? And this guy thinks he can quieten the storm by writing us a letter and say, hey, you know what? I wrote Donald Trump a letter. I called Mitch McConnell. I called Chuck Schumer. Oh, yeah? Those guys are going to listen to you right now, Dara, and they are going to stop everything that they're doing, and they're going to go and huddle in a back room in Washington, D.C., and they're going to add some verbiage that they're going to take care of us. No. You got to know that. You got to be bigger than that, right? You got to step up and say, this is what we're doing. So challenge these people to immediately increase riders' fares by 20%. There are very few riders getting trips right now, but they should be paying 20% more. That 20% should go into our fund, into our driver fund, right? These guys should all relinquish 80% of their salary. Each employee, each engineer, each middle management, each upper management should relinquish between 10 to 20% of their salary and put it into a fund. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how we raise $1 billion like that, right? Because I've done a calculation on all of their salaries, right? I haven't even included the salaries of engineers, middle management, and lower management. I haven't. But just imagine 10 or 20% of those figures, 80% of their figures, and another 20% of rider fares. Can you make that decision for us, Dara? Can you make that decision for us, Logan Green? You're all multi-billionaires through the IPO. We got you there, right? Can you do us that favor now? Can you return that favor for us getting you to the IPO, making you billions of dollars? Could you do something for us? That's all I'm asking today. I've asked it yesterday. I've asked it the day before, right? Who is JK? Who's JK? I see that. Sorry, Tam, I'll deal with that right now. Please don't write it 20 times. Hey, Tamara, I've got it. Okay, where is JK? Let's see. JK, you're missing. JK says, if working for Uber is so terrible, get a different job. I did it a long time ago. Uber is never going to give a shit about you. Well, you worked for Uber once upon a time. You decided, JK, to step out. Many of the people are relying on that source of income right now. and we're pushing for change. So if you're not here to support that cause, JK, kindly remove yourself from the room. But that type of language doesn't help much right now. There's millions and millions of people relying on this industry that need money right now. So we don't need wise words from a driver who once upon a time back in the day drove Uber. We appreciate you being here, but keep it real, man. Keep it real. Thank you, Tamara Taylor, for bringing that to my attention, right? So, Rideshare Trickster, can't wait for the press release. I've read you the press release. If anybody, doesn't know what's in that press release, should I read it up one more time? I'll gladly do so. But here it says, gig workers pose a clear danger where the continued spread of COVID-19 is concerned. As to the open question of how to responsibly address this massive vector of workers who are often uninsured and can't afford not to work in spite of the risks, Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi has apparently washed his hands, right? And the way he's washed his hands is he's diverted it and said, you know what? I did make those calls. I did send a letter. Now it's up to them. I can't help you. It's up to them. If we wait for Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer, Democrats and Republicans, to reach a decision on this, include our verbiage, believe me, many drivers, many riders will die in that time, right? That verbiage there for gig workers is not in that stimulus plan, ladies and gentlemen. It would be a miracle, an absolute miracle, if that appears in that verbiage, right? So as the CEO of Uber, I am accountable to many, but I believe my greatest responsibility in the face of unprecedented economic challenge is to the millions of people who drive and deliver on Uber's platform. Khosrowshahi wrote in a letter addressed to President Donald Trump today. That's today. 3 days ago, he went on the air and spoke to all of the investors. No mention whatsoever of these drivers, but just telling investors, hey, chill out. I have $10 billion here in a reserve, right? And then I also have what they call a revolver reserve I can tap into when we hit $3 billion. Thank you, Mark Caesar says, thumbs up, guys. Who hasn't yet? Who hasn't given a thumbs up? So we have to be relentless, my friends. We have to push and push and push and push in social media, get the stories out. That's the only way we win, right? If you have millions and millions of people circulating the news, going after Rideshare Trickster, I appreciate you. This is what I made Uber last night, $2. I feel bad. Don't give it to me. You should rather keep it. Put it towards gas. That's half a gallon. Thank you, Rideshare Trickster. I appreciate you. These guys need to be replaced, period, right? They haven't shown any leadership. They knew of this problem since January. They didn't act in January. They didn't act in February. They didn't get us any kits. They didn't get us any sanitizers. They didn't get us any help. March rolled around, still no help. Now he writes a letter in the last hour. While they've already written the stimulus package, now they're just hashing out the details. Now he scrambles, right? Oh, I wrote them a letter and I made a call. Yeah, dude, these guys are going to hold up the show for you in Washington, and they're going to say, hey, you know what? We have Derek Kay on the line, and we need to change the stimulus plan to include his request. Not going to happen, Derek Kay. Far too little, far too late. Just shows you what a poor leader you are. Resign today, right? So Paul Figueroa, San Diego of Uber wants a bailout. Then the federal government should get part ownership of the company until the money is paid back. Thank you very much. The drivers, if we do get a bailout, we should have part of that company, right? The real London boy, I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for your support. Thank you for your support, the real London boy. Appreciate you. So back to this article, which is very, very powerful. It is with that responsibility in mind that I respectfully and urgently request that the economic stimulus you are considering, they've written it already, he decides to call them today, along with any other future legislative measures in response to COVID-19, including protections and benefits for independent workers, not just employees. I ask you, Derek K., why did you write that letter today when they already wrote that stimulus package? Could you not have written that letter 2-3 weeks ago when you knew they were working on something? Uber's very business model, of course, relies of classifying these drivers as independent contractors, passing the cost of basic protections like health insurance onto the drivers themselves. Before the pandemic, this sort of ploy across the gig economy read as a way to prop up unsustainable companies by gouging their own workforce during the COVID-19. Hewing to the same approach is simply irresponsible. Jana, how much Uber paid Adara a monthly salary? Well, he makes $42 to $45 million a year. If he gives up 80%, he still keeps $9 million. He could put $36 million towards this driver fund. Totally doable, right? Many other top CEOs have taken $1 salary in tough times, right? Many other CEOs have made more than this guy annually, and they gave it up and they took $1. I mean, Jeff Bezos has got a lot of money. He wired $25 million into a driver fund for Amazon Flex drivers. Why can't Uber up the rates? Why can't Lyft up the rider rates by 20%? Put in an additional fee. This is a danger pay, goes into the COVID-19 driver fund. If you don't like it, don't drive with us. Take a taxi, right? But you got to drum up the money right now to call upon Donald Trump to write letters to Mitch McConnell and Schumer when they've already drafted the bill is a little too late, right? That again shows very, 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 very poor leadership. Sweden, Stockholm, are you the Uber CEO? No, I'm not the Uber CEO, but I'm calling him out. I'm calling the motherfucker out. Do you understand that type of language? Svenska, the bra? In Sweden, do you understand that? Where are you? In Stockholm? Very simple English, right? When you call someone out and you call for action, because that guy there represents 3 or 4 million of us. Maybe you as well. Maybe you drive in Stockholm, right? Drivers and delivery people are on the front lines of keeping our communities running, helping getting food to those staying home, and providing essential transportation services to those who must move around. Khosrowshahi writes. Desmond, we're calling his ass out. Absolutely. It's sad that we don't have support from Sweden, right? I thought the Swedish were Vikings. Swedish Stockholm, are you a pussy or are you a Viking? Show your true colors, right? Otherwise, get out of my room, period. Don't need little trolls here pissing in their 5 cents. Either you're a Viking or you're a pussy. If you're a pussy, get out of here. Drivers and delivery people are on the front lines of keeping our communities running, helping get food to those staying home, and providing essential transportation services to those who must move around, Khosrowshahi writes. That is why Uber led our industry in offering up to 14 days. Listen to this. This is Khosrowshahi. That is why Uber led our industry in offering up to 14 days of financial assistance to active drivers and delivery people who are diagnosed with COVID-19 or placed in individual quarantine by a public health authority due to their risk of transmitting COVID-19. Listen to that. You basically qualify once you're sick and you're half dead, right? You basically qualify once you're sick and you're half dead. He just said it, right? And by the way, you need a letter from a public health authority, right? Which is not that easy to get, right? The public health authority is going to stop everything. They're going to stop getting masks, they're going to stop getting gloves, and they're going to say, hang on, we're going to write Dara a letter from the public health authority that person A just got coronavirus, take care of him. You think they have time for that right now? They're scrambling from hospital floor to hospital floor, hospital room to hospital room, opening up boxes, looking for these type of things, right? They are making sure that these respiratory machines are running around the clock. They don't have the time to write Dara a letter from a public health authority that some driver or rider got sick, you should pay him out. This guy's in dreamland, man. He is so far removed from reality, it's not even funny, right? These people here are so far removed from reality, it isn't funny. You know, when you have $100 notes piled to the ceiling and you have $1 billion notes, you seem to lose the human touch, right? God Almighty, with all my cash, let the peasants, let the drivers, you know, it's like the generals sitting in their war rooms and telling these soldiers what to do on the front lines, right? I ask you, who does the real fighting here? Stephen Lopez, these CEOs need to go on the road and see how it is. Well, you know, we had Derek Kay once in San Francisco go on the road and do a trip. It was even filmed and recorded, and he even screwed that up. He couldn't even do that. I mean, what can this guy do? Is there anything that he can do? While it's true that Uber did begin offering something approaching sick pay for quarantine drivers, that came not from the company's sense of civic duty, but from urging by Congress. Congress had to point the finger at him and at that industry before they even said that, right? That verbiage wasn't even used until Congress was calling them out. Kenneth says not once did he say he will pay us out of his $6 billion rainy day money bullshit. Very true. Armenian says the virus is in your brain. It was put there by television programming. I'm sure that's what's running on your channel, Mr. Armenian. Believe in that. Let's see. You go out there, drive around, and report back to me in 3 weeks. You'll swallow your own words, buddy. Thank you, James Campbell. I appreciate you. House Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. Appreciate you. Triple H, racist. We have a racist troll. Racist troll. Going to get rid of him. Not even going to mention what the guy wrote. Racist troll. Yeah, we got a lot of trolls today. Thanks, James. Let's have to flush them out one by one. One by one, we'll flush them out. Arthur Chan. Is it really bad now? Effing CEO has not come up with a clear help. Yeah. There is no clear help yet, my friends. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for a game plan. Drive to Win 13 says, I hope everyone is doing okay in these hard times. Thank you very much for saying that. These are uplifting, powerful, positive messages. I appreciate those. Abstract Esho, flush twice. It's a long way to Dara's kitchen. I like it. So notably, Khosrowshahi makes no mention of what specific protections or benefits it believes the federal government should provide to its workers. No mention. And a company spokesman declined to elaborate. But that's not really the purpose of this letter, is it? Question mark. Each time a company provides additional benefits to independent workers, the less independent they become. And without legislative clarity, the more uncertainty and risk the company bears, Khosrowshahi writes. Full employment for drivers, however, would radically change Uber's core service and business model. That's all they're worried about, is that if they were to change Uber's core service, it would fall apart. But hey, go out there, drive. Go out there, drive. Yes, correct, Payman Ali. He says New York City is apparently offering delivery work to licensed TLC drivers. That's correct. I read that as well. Robert Garrison, Atlanta is slow. Barry Andrews, what is the future of rides? Well, I mean, I think by the end of the year, come 2021, we'll be back. You know, if you haven't found another job, plan B, plan C by then, right? But that is, I think it's just my opinion, when this will bounce back. Jeremiah Centino says New York City did offer delivery work for $15 an hour plus toll. The web system is down. That's sad. Jose La Torre says, let's stop driving. I have, even though it's been tough. It's true. If we can, it would be great to stop. Put the pressure on these guys. Several groups have put forward policy initiatives to help drivers weather this pandemic storm, including the Taxi Workers Association of Los Angeles, Rideshare Drivers United Georgia, the New York Taxi Workers Alliance, the Mobile Workers Alliance, and others. Notably, those demands all come from actual drivers with first-hand knowledge of the situation on the ground and no vested interest in preserving an exploitative business model. If the federal government wants to rewrite the rules of the sector, it might behoove them to consult the individuals who have more to lose than Khosrowshahi. Very well written, very well written. And this is by Brian Menegas from Gizmodo. Thanks for saying that. So again, I call on these individuals, step down. Guys, push it in the social media like crazy. You guys need to tweet. You guys need to get into Facebook groups. You guys need to do whatever it takes, right, to push the pressure on these four stooges here, right? This is Pinocchio and his gang, right? And they're not going to get away with these shenanigans. David Pham in the house. How are you? Brian Elzasa. I have stopped driving too. Many drivers. I mean, who's stopped driving? My business, my private drive. I'm not doing Uber and Lyft anymore. Stop driving. Robin Rena, thank you so much. She says, OSHA, to the driver's rescue, please. OSHA is Drivers Public Health Authority. Game over for Dara. Safety first for all drivers to stay at home and stop spreading coronavirus. PPE is required for all. Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. And if I can get more literature on that or more links, I can make a video on that, Robin. Thank you for sharing. It means a lot, right? So we got to just keep the pressure going. We cannot allow these guys to divert. We cannot allow these guys to shift responsibility on others, you know, who've already written up this bill, right? The stimulus bill is written. I don't know why these guys are calling 2 minutes before midnight saying, hey, include this verbiage. It's done, it's written, right? And the majority of the companies, let me tell you, that are taken care of in the stimulus bill, sadly, casinos, hotels, airlines, shipping industries, right? Tourism business. Yep, they're the ones who deserve the bailout, apparently. Dennis Torres is staying strong. He says, week 3, still no driving. I don't think there's business. There's nothing out there. The highways are empty. Azur says, I love it when a rich dude in Laurel Canyon orders a milkshake and a latte from Chocolate Bash on Pico Boulevard on the west side at 12:30 in the morning and then doesn't even tip. Yeah, it's shameful. It's shameful that the people with the money who, you know, just like you said, that's a real story. Some wealthy dude, you know what, I'm going to order a milkshake. I'm going to have it delivered to me at 12:30 at night or in the morning, as Azur says, and guess what? Your tip, 0.00. Riders, passengers, listen up. It's not you. It's us. It's these people that are on the front lines. It's these people that are, is this like time of war, right? You're in your trenches, you're hunkering down, you camouflaging yourself. You're out there doing the work. You guys are placing the order, beep, 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 expecting the delivery. You're paying tip, for crying out loud. Seriously? That's all we ask, tip. Give the people a decent tip. Drive to Win 13 says, I stopped passenger driving last week. Very smart. And did Eats and Postmates up until yesterday. I shut it down today. I'm still donating my time to help some local restaurants deliver some food. Awesome. Supporting his local restaurants. Heart Donor says, I turned in my rental today. Sorry to hear that. And then a rental company, and I've made a video about Lyft Express, for example. Why can't they just carry the cost? Why do they have to make a profit in these times? Why don't they just say, okay, we'll run this rental program at break even. So instead of $250, we will run it at $160 or $170, just to break even, just to help the drivers. But at $250 a week, my friends, you can't survive. So what do people do? They bring the rental back. That collapses. So you see how these guys, the people that are running Lyft Express, you see how they think? They can't even manage that sector. That's how out of tune, how out of touch they are with the business world. And you could have sworn that these guys have a business degree, right? Rideshare Trickster, James Campbell, thank you. I will check it out. Love and Light says, no one's tipping. Turn on app just to see. Got a hospital ride, no hazard surge, pay. What did I do? Decline. Exactly. If you have to take someone to the hospital, they should call a relative or a friend. Don't put yourself in harm's way. It's like playing Russian roulette, like. Jason Ferris, I'm still driving. I just keep my driver's window down and my sunroof open. I like that. And breathe fresh air. The sad part is nobody is tipping anymore, and Uber isn't increasing rates or offering any bonus quests. So Jason Ferris, I ask you, are you 100% relying on this money? Or do you have money like a rainy day fund in your bank account that will see you through so you don't? Because I'd prefer you don't drive. I'd prefer you take care of your health. But if you really have to work and you got to keep the dollars going, even if they are only 20% of the 100%, I completely understand how Jason is feeling, right? BOT says $325 on DoorDash, Uber, and Lyft. Is that for the week? Or is that on a day? What city? How many hours? So, like, in order for us to make sense of $325 on DoorDash, Uber, and Lyft, you got to say, in how many hours? Was it a week? Was it a day? What city? What Uber platform? Was it X? Was it Excel? To understand numbers, we need more details. If you got to ask, you don't know, is the YouTuber, and he says some people are tipping amazing amounts right now on Uber Eats and DoorDash. You get the cheap people, sometimes they don't. Yeah. Across the board, whether it's Uber Eats, Postmates, DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart, Uber, Lyft, everybody needs to tip right now. These are times where you really got to take care of the people who are taking care of you, right? We're taking care of them. Trips, some people are still doing trips. A lot of people are delivering food, which means they got a food supply going. I went to Costco today, guys. Probably spent about $500 at Costco. Costco's expensive. I tried to get 2 containers of water. They wouldn't. They said only 1. I bought a lot of food, that's for sure. But what I noticed, they had a bit of a system in place at Costco. Long line outside, everybody with their carts. I, of course, have all my gear with me. I spray it down. I got my shades on. I got my frickin', fuck it. I'm going in there prepared. I don't want to get this shit, right? Social distancing, 6 feet, trolleys apart. Very, very few people in Costco, which I thought was a great idea. You don't want masses in there being on top of each other. So handful of people in, stop, wait a while, people come out, handful of people in, stop, people come out, handful of people in. So it took me, I'd say, about 90 minutes in that queue, 6 feet apart. Eventually got in, filled my trolley with food, spent about $500 on food, got a few drinks, vitamin waters, Drinks were low. I said to the dude, hey, tell me something. When's the best time to come shopping here? He goes, come in the last hour at night, before we close up. Come like round about 9 o'clock. Thank you, boss. Appreciate you. Right? My Amazon driver, it's not my Amazon driver, Amazon making a delivery for me today. Gave him a big box of Oreos. He was the happiest guy in the world. Gave him a couple of waters. The postman gave him several vitamin waters, gave him some food. You got to take care of the people that are taking care of you. I've given the garbage guys who pick up the bins, I gave them food, drinks. The mailman, food, drinks. My Amazon guy, food, drinks. You got to take, if you have it, pass it on, right? I don't have to be greedy. I can share. So Christine, YM says stop risking your life for Uber and Lyft if you can stop. I agree. Nicole Anderson, I got two $20 tips today. That is awesome. That's great. Let's celebrate. Well done, Nicole. Two $20 tips today. You got $40 on tips. Some people putting in 6, 7, 8 hours, they don't even make $40. So those are the stories, Nicole, I like to hear. Is that people that understand and value her service in these times are taking care of her. That is what I want to see in these tough times. More of that, please. Right? Why not? Speed Racer, good to see you. If you've got it, pass it on. Good. I love that. Yeah, definitely. If you have abundance, share it. Right? I don't have to be greedy, folks. I really don't. I really, really don't have to be greedy. I reached out to a company in Chicago today who came out with a partition model in a car that separates the front from the back. Obviously, it was initially in 2015 built for safety reasons. Now they're making modifications to this product. We had a discussion. They were talking to me. I gave them my input. And I said, listen, get me products. Let me make a video, right? Because with a visit to Home Depot, some duct tape with their 3-piece product, you can seal yourself in. So if somebody had tissue sneezes, they're sneezing against a perspex, a plexiglass wall. And then this is a very, very interesting kit, a very interesting design. They've modified it specifically for coronavirus pandemic. They're selling a lot of units. I said, ship me the thing yesterday. Let me put it in the car. Let me go down to Home Depot. Let me buy the essentials and cost it out. Let me cost it out what it takes to make you almost airtight sealed in the front, right? So if somebody sneezes or coughs or whatever, the shit's in the back. So you drop them off. The front is 99% sanitized because they couldn't get through to you. The back, you open that frickin' door, and you spray the shit down. It doesn't matter. Even if it gets on the seats and the carpets and it smells like disinfectant in the back, it doesn't matter. The main thing is that you in the front are taken care of, and that rider that gets out of the car and that gets replaced with the next rider can get in. And I couldn't care a rat's ass if they don't like the smell. The bottom line is I've done everything in my power to completely spray the back cabin out, right? Seatbelts, seats, everything, right? Even if it's a little bit moist, it does not matter. Just say, excuse me, I've disinfected it for you. I've done you a huge favor, right? Harry Baines. So how are you guys protecting yourself while driving Uber in California? Well, Harry, that is a brilliant, brilliant question. The first thing how you can protect yourself is not drive. But again, not everyone has the luxury that they can say, hey, you know what? We're going to stop driving. Some people have to say, I have to drive. I need to keep the money going in. So it's a combination of, your hand sanitizers, right? Your hand sanitizers, your mask, your gloves, your disinfectants, basically doing everything we can, to create a sanitized environment? That would be my answer to that, Harry. Mark Caesar, your riders should be reassured if the car smells. Yeah, that should be like that. Exactly, Mark Caesar. That should be a reassurance for you. I'm doing something for you. I'm glad it smells of disinfectant, right? Precisely. Keto Me, good to see you, my friend. Sending blessings to you and your family, Professor. And I acknowledge that. I accept that. I'm grateful for that. And I also mirror the same back to you, my friend. You and your family, take good care of yourself. Shine Telemundo, salute. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, buddy. Earlier on, I managed, and there was somebody like, I really want to buy your Chevy Impala. I love your Chevy Impala, right? And I'm like, okay, dude, I got a couple of things to do, right? But I will show it to you. He goes, yeah, I really want to buy it for my dad. He is old. I don't know how long he's going to live. I want my dad to enjoy this car. I said, okay, here's the thing. I will meet you under the following conditions. You're not going to get in the car. You're not going to drive the car. I'm going to drive the car forward. I'm going to drive the car back. You keep 6 feet distance from me. You make sure you got the money in your pocket, right? I will frickin' spray that money down if I need to. And so, long story short, we talking, loves the car, and he goes, the car is automatic, isn't it? I said, no, it's a manual. Read the ad, read the advertisement. Oh, I didn't see that. It says, how does a manual work? I said, well, if you don't know how to drive a manual, stick shift, right? I don't want to sell you the car because it takes a while and, it's also dangerous. So I suggest you pass on it, right? And by the way, the car we're talking about, that's my car there, right? So I'm sorry, but hey, we're wasting each other's time right now. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. I got to go. Off I went to Costco. Read advertisements. Read. It's like a salesman. The guy comes in and wants to buy a car. Let him tell you what they want, right? Listen. Salespeople should listen. I was listening, but I said, okay, you want an automatic transmission, but the car is not an automatic transmission. He keeps on talking. I said, sir, the car is not an automatic transmission. Read the ad. It says manual transmission, stick shift. You know that? Oh, I don't know how to do that. I said, I suggest you don't buy it. Shine Telemundo, thanks for going to Wharf. Yeah, that's it. I have my suit on. I have my belt on. I have my backpack on. I have my water bottles on. Back in South Africa, our machine gun was an R4. We didn't have AK-47s or any other. We use a rifle, which is called an R4. I've got my ammunition rounds, and I'm in war with these guys. I really am. That's the way I see myself. I see this as a war between 3 million drivers and a couple of very wealthy punk asses up there who are working from their laptops at home, doing nothing for us. And we are bringing the battle to them, right? We are literally bringing the battle to them. And the way we pound them, social media, press, newspapers, social media, TV, social media, press, TV, and repeat. Hit the repeat button, right? Eventually, the public gets it. Hey, awesome. I stopped drinking 2 days ago. Proud of you, brother. And it was very wonderful for Payman Ali to say, congrats, keto, stay on that wagon. Exactly. That's like, I mean, look at that. Somebody sharing with us, right? Being vulnerable to a certain extent and say, you know what, I stopped drinking. Everybody like, we're proud of you. Payman Ali, congratulations. That's who we are, people. We humans, we take care of each other. Unlike some other people I know, right? Listen, Tony Slaughter says, stick it up, Uber's ass and twirl it around. Mark Roughton gave me the device, which I'm going to stuff up their ass and turn it around. There it is. It's a funny joke. Mark Caesar says, I stopped drinking 3 weeks ago, worst 5 minutes of my life, joking. Rideshare Trickster says, I had a Lyft passenger file a complaint and leave me a 2-star rating because my 40K car smelled like Lysol and gave her a headache. Lyft removed it, but what the fuck? Exactly. Dude, that's when you got to say, you don't appreciate my car? There's the door. There's the highway. By the way, true story, I kick people out on the highway. I kicked them out on the highway. True story. In my first year. And I'll tell you what happened. I picked up a couple of guys in their 20s that were heavy on drugs. And I'm driving. True story. I'm on the 10 freeway, very close to National and Robertson. I'm driving about 70 miles an hour. And the guy starts freaking out in the front seat, in my passenger. I'm like, dude, are you okay? Oh, I need to get out. I'm like, what is wrong? And the guy goes, he's on drugs. And he opens the door. While I'm traveling in traffic on the 10 freeway at night in the dark. And I grab the back of his pants. And I have one hand on the steering wheel. True story. And I have his jeans, his belt, the back of his belt of his jeans in my hand. And I'm holding full force. The guy's got the door open and is trying to jump out. I'm in the middle lane. I'm trying to get across, slowing down between cars, 70 miles an hour, down to 50. I'm holding on to the guy. The people behind him are trying to pull him back in. The door's open, by the way. The door's open. I'm screaming to the guys, try and shut the door, pull the door back, right? Because I need to change lanes. I can't change lanes with this car and I have an open door. So I'm literally slowing down in between traffic, holding on for dear life onto this guy. I'm pulling over. I get the car stopped. I am so fucking angry right now. This guy's tripping out. He's on acid or whatever. He's like, get me out. I said, get the fuck out of my car. I threw them all out. I said, the guys, you can't kick us out. I said, on the 10 freeway, I'm kicking your asses out. You can walk, right? And they had to walk literally to the, I think it was the National, after the National exit. What comes then? It was just before you take the 10 East to, sorry, I was on the 405 traveling north, and it was the National exit. And then they got out and then they started walking towards the 10 East freeway. That's where it was right by National. I'm like, oh my God, this shit happens in Uber. This is insane. It never happened again. It only happened once. But, drugs, late at night, guys tripping out, freaking out, and just tries to get out of the car. Right. Robertson, yeah. From the airport, 405 Robertson going north before the 10 freeway. That's where I pulled over, right over there. And the JJ says, it's your car. Don't take shit. That's it, out on the freeway. I said, guys, walk down there. There's a ditch. There was like a shopping center at the back. I said, walk in that direction. Don't come even close to my car. And they were trying to reason with me, and they said, hey, the guy will not do it again. I said, I can't run the risk. You guys need to keep the guy away from a car. He's going to commit suicide or do something stupid. You guys need to walk it off. Go. And I pulled off. That's it. Don't care what happened to them. Yeah, perfect storm. But, holding onto your steering wheel, holding onto a passenger, the door's open, you're in traffic, you're trying to slow down between cars, you got crazy people at the back reaching in, trying to grab him, trying to pull the door back, me holding on with my right hand for dear life. No, I didn't get any tip. I should have, well, I reported it, right? I wrote it up, so I didn't expect any tip on that one. I reported it immediately. I said people were on drugs, try to jump out of the highway on the 405 before the 10. I wrote a whole report up, right, just to cover my ass. But hey, these type of crazy stories happen now. You're on drugs, God knows what it does to your head. So, again, thank you to Brian Menegas for writing this article. Uber CEO decides driver safety isn't his problem. And by the way, if you guys have been following the news, it doesn't matter what news channel you follow, whether you're Republican or a Democrat, I don't really care, right? What I do know is that some sort of stimulus bill is written. These guys are fighting, obviously. They're fighting over it. What gets included, what gets excluded, that's typical politics, Republican, Democrats. But what I do know is that whatever those few hundred pages or few thousand pages they're written, now they're arguing about the fine print. That is the day this guy decides to write a letter. He writes a letter. So I guess if you write a letter, you have to mail it, right? So maybe that letter arrive at Pennsylvania Avenue at the White House tomorrow or the next day, maybe, when this is already over and done, right? And you made phone calls at 2 minutes to 12 at midnight, trying to tell these people, hey, include this verbiage for gig drivers. Why did you act so late? And do you honestly think they're going to listen to you? Right? Do you think they're honestly going to stop the show in Washington, D.C. and say, oh, by the way, Derek Kay's on the line. He wants some verbiage written in here for gig workers. No. What this guy needs to do is step up like a big boy, put on his big boy pants, right, and say, here's the fund we're creating. 20% for riders increase. Danger pay goes into a fund. We immediately relinquish all executives at Uber and Lyft. We relinquish 20%, 80% of our salary. We keep 20%, and all other employees, middle management, higher management, lower management, engineers relinquish 20% of their salary towards this fund. You have yourself $1 billion. Thank you very much. True. Rideshare Trickster, we as drivers need to help each other. That's how we get through this. Sharing information, doing and making smart suggestions is what gets us through this. Humor gets us through this, right? We got to keep the humor going. Very important to keep the laughs going. Very, very important. And then, making smart decisions for ourselves. Do we have plan B? Do we have plan C lined up? Or do we really, really have to rely on this business and get back in the car, right? That's what gets us through this. Clyde Peach, I'm 100% with you. Don't drive, for goodness sake. I'm 100%. If you can afford not to drive, don't drive. If you can take the time to sign up elsewhere for Instacart, Postmates, whatever, do it, right? Stop driving humans around, right? It's a recipe for disaster. It's like honestly doing trip after trip and playing Russian roulette. Who knows when it goes off? Who knows when you get it? There is, my friend. There, I wrote it. Step down. 2020, new leadership, please. I'd love to go to the headquarters and just wave them goodbye as they leave in an Uber car. Bye-bye. 64 thumbs up. If we can get that to 70, I'd appreciate it. Rihanna's in the house. How are you? She says, I wish Uber Eats paid more. Well, what I'm saying is, Rihanna, is whether you're Postmates, whether you Uber Eats, whether you Uber or Lyft, put in a 20% fee there, right? Put in a 20% fee right now. Call it danger pay. That money has to go your way, right? Immediately. CA Tips is, how come Uber doesn't offer a customer service phone number? If you're listening, Uber, start one. They do have one, 1-800-593-7069, but does it really work effectively? I'd say no. So this is my email, by the way. If anyone, I've probably sent out about 50 to 60 databases of that newspaper press release. I've sent people copies of the press release. If you want that, there's my email. Email me right now or after this feed. I will send you a free copy, right? And it's worth quite a bit of money, by the way. So use it. Use it for your business. Use it for you. Use it for your own press releases. Whenever you can, share it. Kenny Lynn, I'll be driving in over-the-road semi-trucks for this year. I have my CDL. Congratulations on that, man. Fantastic. Good news. Thank you for sharing. Rihanna says, yeah, I'm using to drive UberX. I find myself making more money. You have to hustle more on Eats. They need to raise the rates on all platforms. On every single platform, they need to raise the rates. They need to raise it across the board. DoorDash, Postmates, Instacart, Uber, Lyft, whatever gig platform you're on, they need to put a 20% surcharge, a 20% charge on there, which is basically danger pay, right? And I can tell you, I've told you this before. When I was in the South African Defense Force in the Army, there was a clause in my salary that said danger pay. If I was in specific regions that were dangerous and I was put in harm's way, danger pay. Robin Reno says, let's all fire Dara here. I wish we could do it together. 1, 2, 3, you're fired. Exactly. Jason Ferris says, Professor, I don't think it's Russian roulette with my window down. Okay. I'll say you maybe minimize your chances by, listen, let me just tell you something. You cough or you sneeze, it stays in the air up to 4 or 5 hours, right? Somebody's infected. If you touch something, it stays on the surface from 2 to 5 days. So you have the windows going full ball, air circling around. Not a good idea, my friend. It'll help a bit, but you'd have to have all 4 windows completely down, driving 70, 80 miles an hour. I wouldn't chance it. I just wouldn't chance it. Exactly, Shine Telemundo. 20% mandatory tip. 20% mandatory tip. Danger pay. That's it. Then who will fall? 13 says, I keep the heat on and use Ozium before they get in the car and after they leave. Good. You know, you're doing more than the average guy. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Who are we flushing, Truth Warrior? Who are we flushing? Oh, Dara. Sure. Should get a little little picture or something and then drop him in there. My Sharona, my Corona. JQ says, are you guys still risking your lives for Uber? I'll flash Dara right now. Do you want me to flash him? Fuck, let me flash him for you. Let me get. I've never done an official Dara flash, but my God, I'll gladly do that. Gladly. Dara, I'm sorry. The time has come, buddy. Drivers have asked me to flush you. Sorry, Dara. We have the toilet. Let me guys introduce you to Dara. Wet. Very stinky. That's how much, this is what I think of my CEO. Here, this is how much I respect him. Easy flasher. Who else? Logan? Logan, do you want to join Dara? That's how much I respect you two people. Because you don't care a rat's ass. We made you billionaires, we bring in the money, and you treat us like shit. You deserve it. You deserve to be in the deeper sewage pipes. I'm sorry. It's just how I feel about them. It's how I truly, truly feel about them. Hello?
Hello, Rideshare Professor. How are you doing?
Doing very well. Who am I speaking to? How are you?
Doing very well. Who am I speaking to? How are you? Pretty good. One of your listeners. I'm watching your live stream.
Oh, you're on my live stream right now? That's fantastic. You have an echo, buddy. Can you call me from a phone that doesn't have an echo, please? Thanks.
Sure.
Somebody that called in. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
How you doing? My name is John. I'm from New Jersey. I'm a rideshare driver and a long-time follower and listener. And I wanted to, just give my call and speak to you about what's really going on over there.
In New Jersey or where? In what market?
Well, in New Jersey. I'm in North Jersey, right next to Manhattan, right next to New York City. I'm pretty close.
Okay.
And I know for a fact, because I've joined a lot of groups around here, that pretty much nobody's driving, and most of the people that I've been following in these groups are also saying that they're not even sure whether or not they're going to be able to get money, because a few of them actually have coronavirus, and their families are, they're hurting right now because of this problem. And Dara and all these people, they seem just not to care.
Exactly. So you basically, what he's saying, or what he said today, is that once you have the coronavirus, make sure that a public health organization contacts us, and that's when we step in and I'll help you out for 14 days. I have not heard of anyone in the media. I have not heard of anyone reporting to me that said they received that money, and I'm pretty sure that there are several infected drivers and riders out there, right? I'm pretty sure about that. So
correct.
Where does that leave us? He wrote a letter today. You've heard about this letter he wrote, right?
Yeah. That letter really, that's not going to help anyone. I mean, it's basically saying that they're not going to take responsibility and they're going to leave it up to the president. The president has a lot of matters. Uber is definitely not on their, unfortunately, on their to-do list.
Yeah.
All these other corporations are getting, you're getting the top of the list, and all the drivers that, basically can't even live to begin with because of UberX and all the rates and everything that they take from us, and how it gets harder and harder to make a living. Now we have absolutely no chance to feed our family. It's pretty bad.
Exactly. And what you need to do is email me. I give you a database. There's 300,000 newspaper editors. Write your own press release. There's a lot of good articles out there. You can cut and paste a lot of information. You write from your heart what you feel, just like you've explained live on air right now. You keep it to 300-400 words. You push it out to these newspaper editors.
Okay.
Believe it or not, the newspaper editors love hearing from stories from soldiers on the front line. They love that because that's. Excuse me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Feedback from drivers they like hearing. Yeah.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if several thousand drivers use social media to the maximum, do whatever they can, right? You got to just keep on pounding these guys. There is a saying that attorneys use. It's called death by 1,000 cuts, right? Unfortunately, you can't just give like 3 or 4 lashings. You got to keep on going, until maybe heads roll. Maybe they are pushed out by investors because people are just so angry at these individuals that they have to act, right? And I don't know what type of solutions, my friends, what they're going to come up with, but I haven't seen any constructive ideas unless you have from them.
I had called up the Uber hub over here once the coronavirus was really getting bad, and they basically said that Uber corporate wants everyone to just feel as safe as possible in their cars, just driving and sanitizing here and there. But I mean, the truth of the matter is, we don't know this. You know, you can carry it for up to 14 days. Nobody knows. They don't care. It's very obvious that they don't care. And I think everyone needs to. I think we need to start striking, and you know, come maybe. Like I think you had made a video posting about a possible shutdown of the app.
Yeah, April 1st.
Have to figure something out.
Yeah, just rally together.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be participating in that completely.
Cool. Do whatever we can, right, to send a message. Hey, I appreciate your time. I want to wrap it up here because I got to get back to my family as well, and I want to jump back to the people. And there's a fellow. By the way, there's a fellow YouTuber from your neck of the woods. Dustin is in the house. I'm sure he sends you regards. He's also in New Jersey. So thank you so much for calling in from the 201. I appreciate you so much.
My friend. Thank you so much.
You too. You and your family. Stay safe, brother.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye. So I love people like that calling in. Real people, real stories, real concerns, right? That's what it's about. Good, Dustin. He says, "I'm great, man. Hope you are still also." Yeah, I'm doing this like home quarantine here. I did manage to go out to Costco. I hit it hard. I think I spent like just over $500 on food. Got very little water. Got very little toilet. I did get one box of toilet paper, right? But I was actually running out of toilet paper. So I wasn't one of those guys that went out there and got 5 big boxes of toilet paper. Dilks Mania. Let's get on board with local driver co-op. I appreciate you saying that. You know, once I've hammered these guys enough, once everyone chimes in, once they feel the pressure, hopefully, I really want to see one of these 4 go in the next 30 days, right? I just really want to see. This guy already, I filed a complaint against him with the State Bar of California because I know for a fact that I have firsthand evidence. I hire people as well. I spend money to get information. I know that these guys are colluding on legal fees, sharing legal fees and attorneys against the AB5. That's illegal. That's against the rules of professional conduct of an attorney. Him working together with Kirsten Zverchek, the general counsel over at Lyft, that's wrong, right? That smells like a monopoly. And we're going to keep on breaking these type of stories, right? And I'm going to keep on hiring people and getting information, right? That's one thing I've learned in the South African Army, working there in the intel, is how to get information. I pay sometimes to get information, right? So you have to have your resources. You get screenshots, you get evidence, you get recordings from people all day long. People overhear amazing situations, right? My involvement, by the way, with local driver co-op came through a trip when the Canadians were in town from local driver, and one of the drivers said, "You got to have a conversation with this guy," and we hit it off. And then when they checked out what I do, I sent them my information, resume, etc. They brought me on board. So that's where we need to sign up. We need to grow that. Then there are no enrollment fees. It's free, right? There's no trip where you pay $149 and trip over your own feet. This is no Vibe MLM where you have to pay up money up front. No, it's free enrollment. So enroll. Ralph Tundo says, "Thank you from New Jersey." Was that you I spoke to, Ralph? That would be great. So I can remember a name and remember a logo. Thank you. Appreciate you, New Jersey. I think he said he was close to New York. So my guess is north. North, there it is. Ralph Tundo just said north. He's in your neck of the woods, Dustin. Hey, anybody need vitamin waters? This is one thing I managed to get my hands on. I should be rideshare reform. I agree with you. Rihanna says, "On this week of America's Most Wanted, we have Uber CEO Derek Kay. Wanted for not paying drivers during the pandemic. There is a warrant out. Why does this guy have to pay over $2 million for personal security? Ask yourself. He is a guy that pays one of the highest amounts next to Jeff Bezos and a few others for security, for his own personal security. Ask yourself why. Why does this guy have to pay $2 million? And I'm sure he doesn't pay it. He has the company pay for it, right? They have to pay for his security. People don't like him. People don't like this guy either here, this Colgate smiley face guy. They don't like him. People don't like this guy because when he went out, he dissed all the drivers by saying, you know, we're not a transportation company made up of drivers. We're a tech company. This guy overnight alienated himself from 4 million people, right? Made himself the dick of the week by making that statement against drivers. This guy is just a little follow boy. He listens to this guy. Jeremy Warner, did you get my email? Which one? I got tons of emails here, so you may have to send it again. Did you want the database? All the emails that I received for the press release for a free database, I sent out. I'm on about 65 at the moment. Dustin is driving. I would have no security. No, we don't need security. We have our own security. We have 3 million drivers taking care of us. Right, Dustin? I think if we show up at an event with 3 million drivers, I think that's a security statement right there. We don't need our own. Security. K-Tips, you're a greedy person, evidently. Are you talking about me or are you talking about Dara? Not sure. Jason Ferris, I'm not following you. It should be illegal to lie to the president about providing sanitizing materials to clean the cars. Where did you get that statement? Where did you find that? Not. What are you talking about? I'm not sure, Jason, what you're talking about there. Oh, Mark Roughton says K-Tips already gone. People can't handle. Some people can't handle the truth. Truth is it's a little hard to digest for certain people, like K-Tips. Right? Truth hurts. A lot of people can't confront truth. It's just too much for them. So they. Justin Corley, what an idiotic comment in a live feed. Can we get a flush for the Democrats? Democrats and Republicans can't hash this thing out. You need to hold them both responsible. You can't just point fingers and divide, point fingers. Seriously? Grow up, man. One thing that I did see here, I wanted to show you this. Did guys see this? So you can't even you cannot even sign up for Lyft, right? We tested it. You're on the wait list. They're not even signing up drivers with Lyft. Demand for rides and travel has been significantly impacted because of COVID-19. This means we are not accepting new drivers in your area right now. We'll send you an email when you can continue your application. Lyft is committed to supporting its rider-driver community during COVID-19. And that was San Diego. A person in San Diego tried to sign up. Not signing up drivers. Salute the flush 2020. Politicians should not, both Republicans and Democrats, guys, I point fingers at both. They shouldn't take care of their cronies. They shouldn't take care of casino companies, shipping companies, airline companies, hotel companies, a few $100 billion bailout. They need to take care of doctors, nurses, firemen, policemen, not politicians, policemen, people on the front line, gig workers, drivers on the front line. These are the type of people that are keeping the economy going in some sort of way, right? These are the people out there on the front lines, right? Those are the people that need the money most right now. Dustin says, welcome to K's Nation. I did a video today on this. Cool, we'll check it out. He did. He did. Welcomes to K's Nation. He did. He did. Excalibur, we need to take a nationwide stand against this type of tyranny. It's unacceptable. We will put an end to it, right? And you guys might think I'm a broken record. I went on air twice today. I went on air twice yesterday. And I'll do it 100 more times because I understand, how attorneys work. I understand how these people work. It's death by 1,000 cuts, right? It's lashes, lashes, lash. You have to lash them again and again and again until they surrender, right? Or until their investors say, enough, 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 enough. This guy has to go, has to go. Obviously, they don't like him. Obviously, the drivers don't like him. He has to go. So you got to, it's not fun. And I got to dig into my DNA. I got to dig into my energy reserves, get the whip out again, lashes, lashes, lashes. And again, next day, lashes, 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 lashes. It's not fun for me. It's not a fun job, but it has to be done. Right? Has to be done. Dustin says correctly, without truckers, no one has supplies. So we need those truckers. Those truckers are not driving north to south, east to west. Nothing's going to function. Those truckers are not showing up at the ports, at the ships, picking up the containers, driving them across country. Nothing's going to happen. Right? Supplies need to move around. Right? To supply houses. Then from the supply houses to Vaughn's, to Costco, to Sprouts, right? But who are the people, the heroes, again, trucking around these containers full of food? Truckers, heroes. They need the money. Trust me, they need the money, right? Not the hotel industry, not the casino industry. Why do these casino magnates need bailouts? They're multi-billionaires, man. They have casinos in Macau, in China. They have casinos in all the native Indian reservations. They have casinos in Vegas. They have casinos. Why do we need to bail them out? Excuse me. Why? Owner of Wynn and all those. Why are we bailing them out? Tell me. Not quite sure why we're bailing them out. All right, my friends. 101 people in the house. I appreciate that. Keep on putting relentless pressure on these people. Keep on using all your social media channels. If you don't have all the social media channels, sign up, create username, password, set them up, and participate, right? We have 81. I would be very grateful if we can get that up to 90. I learned that from Dustin, right? Dustin, you said, get the thumbs up, thumbs up. Let's push it up. Abstract Echo. Did you get my database and the thing that I sent you? I think you emailed me, right, Jimmy? Thumbs up. We're on 89. Yeah, I just need one more. We're on 90. I appreciate it. See how fast that went? Our stock is rising. Theirs is falling. Doesn't matter who sits on Pennsylvania Avenue, people. America's owned by corporate America. Very true. Sadly, very true. Right? They pay the monies to congressmen and senators, both sides. Right? They expect favors. They expect favors in return. We're on 94. Oh, wow. We can actually get to 100. 95. Wow, you guys are rocking. Love it. Thank you. Love and light. Smash the like button using Dustin's terminology there. Exactly. Dustin always says, smash the like button. I love that. It's funny. I enjoy Dustin's videos. Every single video that I watch, Dustin is serious, and Dustin will make you laugh. You get everything, right? Keep it coming, Dustin. He'll make you laugh. He'll talk about serious things. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to see 103 people in the house and 101 thumbs up. That makes me so happy. Appreciate you guys. Support the Flush 2020. We did, didn't we? We flashed 2 people. We flashed a few. El Chapo comes in last moment. How are you? Did you notice that Dangerous Dara said essential transportation services? Essential transportation services. And then exactly, I thought they are a technology service. I said the same thing. You know, he goes, oh, we're not a transportation service. We're a tech company. And now when it suits him, when it's convenient, he uses the word transportation. Hypocrite, double standards. That's what I call it. A double standard D, double standard Dara. Flush him. We did. We flushed the turd deep down. Enjoy those sewage pipes. Enjoy those stinky pipes. You're down there right now for good. The best 101. Commentator, are you doing Uber in your area? No, stopped Uber. Stopped Uber and Lyft. No, stopped. In my area, LA, stopped. I have, I'd say about 70, 80 private clients. I'd honestly say that side of the business has dropped by 70, 80%. And the few people that do book me now have to pay big bucks. Big bucks. All right. And usually it's to pick up items. I'm not going to, go there, pick up a lot of food, bring that over there, pick this up. More like a very expensive courier service. Correct. We also need to focus a lot on how shitty Lyft is, K's Nation. True. We can't let Logan or John off the hook here. Absolutely not. In this session, we flushed these 2. The next session, I'll flush these 2. Dara es muy pendejo. Sí. Very true. Hamid, how are you, my buddy? Gus. How is Ted greedy? I'm not understanding what you mean. Be thankful that we have a leader. Ted has been a voice for us. Ted? I don't know who Ted is. Teddy who? Ted who? Ted? Who are you talking about, Ted? Gustavo Rosales. Pendejo. Muy pendejo. Good. At least people are laughing, having a little laugh, right? At least we got a little bit of humor circulating here, ladies and gentlemen, which is important. Have you guys seen this, that can't sign up for Lyft currently? That's amazing. That just shows we don't even want to take people on because we don't even have enough trips out there. And we certainly don't want to take on more riders during these times. Hamid, tough one if they'll be around 2021. The way they're continuing now, I'd say no. David says, studies have shown reusable bags like they have for DoorDash, Grubhub, etc., are breeding grounds for viruses. If you drive delivery, make sure you clean them. That's probably the best statement I've read in this live feed today. I truly Truly appreciate that. Let's all thank David. He said, studies have shown reusable bags like they have for DoorDash, Grubhub, etc., are breeding grounds for the virus. If you drive delivery, make sure you clean them. Flush them out, soap them with antibacterial soap, spray them down. He's right, absolutely right. You've got to think of every possible breeding ground for this virus, and you've just mentioned one. I appreciate you saying that. Shine Telemundo says, we love the flush. I think we should use it more, right, Shine? Exactly, we need more flushes. You know, Dustin has that famous Smakovich. I've got the flush. Flush, flush, flush. Or Smakovich, 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 if you're in Dustin's channel, depending where you are, right? But yes, we do need to use the toilet more often. There's more toxic people we need to get rid of. I agree. I agree with you. Liberty Merv, good to see you. Lyft has a private sign-up for legacy drivers to transport healthcare workers, etc. Interesting. Okay, if you sign up and you want to transport healthcare workers, you're a hero in my eyes, but you're on the top high-risk list. You really are. Philly D says, Dallas is allowing Uber and Lyft to drive during their stay at home lockdown. Very few riders, though. David Garcia is here. Just signed up for Instacart. I used your referral code. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Pavel says, good job. Thank you, Pavel. Rospotnyuk. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you. You and your family stay safe, Pavel. All right, my friends, that's it. We're at the 1 hour 30 mark, 90 minutes. And we gave them more lashings today. We'll continue tomorrow. I don't want to sound like a broken record or a hamster wheel, but I got to do my job, folks. I got to keep on lashing because I know it works. Just chip away 1 or 2 videos a day. Come say hi, sweetheart. This is my fiance's little angel. Isn't she a little angel?
Hi.
Hello. Her name is Danu, right?
Hello.
Where were you just now, Danu? Where did you go to?
I was hiking.
You went hiking without me? No frickin' way.
Yeah.
Did you invite me?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Okay, I'll remember that. Cool, have fun. They went hiking. I just got back. We need to install morals. Exactly. Integrity and morals. I think we got to bring those back for these guys. Or we need to remind them what morals, integrity, respect, honor, honesty, right? These are the type of values we need to teach these individuals. Because I think those billions of dollars or those big packs of 100 have really screwed them up a bit, you know. Maybe too many drugs, too much coke, who knows? But they're certainly not operating or thinking straight. Peace. Arm hand, doing great. It's doing great. It's ready. It's ready. It's back in action. Ethan. You're a little fucking tool. Just read what this little sicko here. In fact, let me just take a picture of this because I'm going to find out who you are, buddy. Trust me. It's easy. I just check with YouTube down here on Jefferson. This guy's in for a nice surprise. Show you how I take care of business, my friend. There it is. I got it already. Too late. You see the chicken? The coward retracted it. The coward retracted his message. I got it. Too late, buddy. Got your name. We'll find out where you are. You'll regret saying that. You will regret saying that, Ethan. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that guy there, mark my words, after him. Wherever you are, buddy. That was uncalled for. I'll deal with that. MF. On a private level. Let's see, back into the room. And the coward retracted it. James says Harvey Weinstein test positive. I wouldn't be surprised. So I got it, Ethan. We shall see who you are, where you are. It was, yes, he did. Eddie, correct. And that's where, oh, no. Trolls. Elias, not only going to report him, we'll take care of it. Can you get an apple? What do you have there? Apple?
Orange.
Orange. May I have an orange?
Mm-hmm.
I'll share with you guys later. Can't do now. Niclopine, the rider driver, toilet flush. Ethan, don't come in here. You're scared now, Trana. You can't take it back, buddy. I'll take care of you. I got it, black and white. It's very, very easy to run a trace on that. All I have to do is open up a report, right? Whoop, 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 whoop. You'll see what'll happen to you, Ethan. You can publicly apologize here in this room. You could publicly apologize and maybe save your ass, Ethan. But I'm going to spend money finding out South Africa style. David, it's correct. David nailed it. I'll give you 2 minutes, Ethan, to apologize here in this room. Otherwise, you're a marked man, my friend. You didn't ask a question. Shall I read out to the room what you said? I'll give you, you have about 1.5 minutes to come clean. It's very easy to get you, right? I've got the time, the date stamp, the picture of what you said. So it's not difficult. You have to pay a little bit of money. It costs about $300-400. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. It's okay. If he's in denial, it's fine. We'll get him. Jason Ferris, believe me, don't want to ever find out what that means. You're right, Jason. Correct, Jason. It was more than that, but I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. So let's jump straight back in. It's very easy to find where you are, my friend. That's all I can say. You better start hoping and praying. That's why I draw the line, folks. You know, there's a border. You have to have a borderline. If people step over that borderline, got to put your foot down. Just have a beer. I'll have a tequila. Jason, I'll have a shot of tequila. It's okay. So it's not difficult, man. In the day of the electronic age, it's not difficult. The people behind the scenes, authorities want those type of names. You know, they look into them. The people that I deal with will look into him. I can guarantee you that. And I'm not going to elaborate on that. But you know, you have to take action, because that's a walking problem right there. That's a future problem to some kid. It is. I know that for a fact. When the guy goes into that world and writes that type of stuff, that's a future problem, ladies and gentlemen. So who knows? Find out who he is, run a background check, find out if he has, if he's on a list, pedophiles, whatever, find out. And, you know, that one comment could sink him. One comment could sink him. Anyways, my friends, on to better and brighter things. Let's put Ethan aside. I'll deal with that. Michael Ryan says, thank you for the great info. Thank you for being here, Michael. Chris Reed says, yeah, I don't even want to read that out. I don't want to give it. We're done with this guy. I'll take care of it. I can promise you that. Let's move on to better and bigger things like these guys here. We have a big job. We have a big task to do, right? It's rather exhausting going out there on social media and having to find the stories, research the stories. There's a lot of good articles out there. You just have to find them, report on them, give the people the credit that have written them, right? That's very, very important, because, you know, good writers, and I'm not a great writer. I can speak, but I'm not a great writer. I hire this guy called Andrew Carmen to do my press releases, but you know, they have so much value. People that can really write stinging good press releases have a lot of value, right? And they get a lot of reach, because if a newspaper editor or some editor reads a good writer's piece, right, 300 or 400 words, and says, wow, I like this. We can run with this. We can run with the story. It's out there. It's in circulation. So you start connecting with people with bodies, right? They read, and you're just reading article. I can assure you that this move that he made today, and, you know, 2 minutes before midnight, I can guarantee if you go and put Google Uber News, I bet you that's the story right now. I bet you every single outlet blog is reporting on it, good or bad. You know, these guys were not happy with what he did here. Didn't go far enough. And when I read through all of those articles, right, today on this topic, I would say 90% don't have his back, right? And what you want to do is you want to hop around on multiple channels. You want to get your news from, even if it's BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, Reuters, CNN, Fox, go to all of them. MSNBC, ABC, you got to get a really, really good idea and read from 10 resources, because the one will spin it like that, the other one will spin it like that. You got to get the real deal by reading at least 10 articles. I guarantee you, you put in the Google words on Uber News, you put Uber News in Google, that this story right here, him reaching out in the final minute when this document is already drafted. It's drafted between Democrats and Republicans. Right now, they just have to hash out the fine language. What is exactly the amount? Who gets what? Who gets what of the pie of this trillion and a half? That's what they're hashing out right now. But why make that call in the final minute? Why didn't he make that call a week ago? Why didn't he write that letter 2 weeks ago? Why did we have to put so much pressure on this guy that he was forced to say something, just at least something? He did say something to his investors a few days ago. He told them that he had a $10 billion cash on hand, right? So he kept his important people, the investors, happy. And then we just put relentless pressure on him in the last few days that he had to come out and say something, right? So I personally don't think that his letter went far enough. His letter to us, his letter to Congress, there's two different letters that went out at the same time. I don't think it went far enough. As Leo Casamenta says, it doesn't really tell us anything. To me, it's when you don't take responsibility, what do? You blame the other, right? You divert, right? Here comes the issue, diversion tactics. Diversion, right? It's not like here comes the issue, I'll deal with the issue. No, let me divert it or shift blame. So I'm scot-free. Doesn't quite work like that. You can't just wash your hands and say, hey, a little bit of spray infectant here. That's it. I've sanitized my hands on this story. I'm done. I'm clean. No, you're not. No, you're not. Definitely not. Robin, I'm not going to repeat what he said. As I said before, I will deal with the guy. It's not a problem. It's just a question of few calls, few letters, and pay someone. Pay an attorney, pay a detective, pay someone to go down there to YouTube, get the records, find out who he is. He has an IPN number leads, into his internet provider number leads right to his address, right? That's it. Pay the people to do the work. I'm not going to do the dirty work. Dewey Fisher says Uber has $10 billion surplus and they're asking Trump to take care of us. Exactly. They've got the money. They have the money. They have the money, right? And they have the power to up the rates on riders. They can ask for 20% more, right, Dewey? And even more than that, they have the power to relinquish a big part of their salary. This guy has the power to give up 40 of the 45 million. Right? 5 million should be good enough for him. Why doesn't he put 40 million bucks into a rainy day fund? I mean, Jeff Bezos personally put $25 million into his driver fund. But why don't all of these guys step up and relinquish 80% of their salary? I mean, that's what true leaders of a company that truly believe in their company and believe in their workforce would do, right? There have been many, many stories. Ladies and gentlemen, have you heard of CEOs taking $1 salary and giving up the rest of their salary towards a cause or towards a cause of the laborers or whatever it may be, right? Doing good, my friend, doing good. Why waste the money? Waste what money? Waste what money? Table says, am I homosexual? Oh, sweetheart, you need help. Did you not get love as a little child? Or you maybe are you hiding in the closet? I'm perfectly fine if you're homosexual. To answer your question, no, I'm not. Right, I have a gorgeous, hot fiance. But you might get all excited, right, Table? I would teach some table manners. Come on over here. I'll teach you some good table manners, right? I think, should we humiliate him, Table? I think he needs the flush, right? Doesn't he? Wow, we're getting rid of a lot of trolls today. Why waste your money and time on a troll? No, I mean, we don't spend any money. We don't waste any time. It's easy. What we do is, let me show you how we treat people like table. We teach table some table manners, right? When you have a giant piece of shit on your table called table, right? So what you do, table, see, just look at yourself here. One flush, amigo. Taken care of. Oh. Table, you take care of the table. You take care of the table. You take care of the table. Correct, David. That's a true statement. There's a difference between trolls and pedos. Pedos need to be put down, metaphorically. That's what I do. That's my job. Because Christy Eaton, Lyft's full of shit too. I was told by an agent on Sunday that my express drive fee would be waived this week. Then when I checked my payout this week, it says I'm in the negative. Wow, that's a scummy way of Lyft Express. Was it Lyft Express? Wow. If you could send me a screenshot of that, right? If you could piece that together, what they promised you and what they did, it's a great story. Let's run a story. I wanna Gustavo Rosales. You said they have 10 million. That's 10 with 6 zeros is 10 million. Add another 3 zeros onto that. Then we have 10 billion. My friend, I love you for that. He says he got, great, you dropped off your first order. And he says, I have 89 to go. You rock, my friend. Proud of you. Good. I told this guy to do food deliveries and he's doing it. So he's not transporting humans around. That's awesome. That makes me happy. Well done, Brian. Chrissy, that's BS. If you have anything in writing from them that says that is what they were going to do, and then they reverse course and put you into that situation, let's run a story on that. Those are the type of stories I like, right? LaShonda, shout out to LaShonda Springfield. Thank you. I appreciate you. We'll keep on fighting strong, right? Together, we will persevere. I appreciate you, LaShonda. If I had champagne, I'd pay a toast, but I'm using my vitamin water. Cool. Yeah, do send over. If they don't do anything about that, let's run a story. Let's expose these people. Liberty Murph, Lyft sent an email about express fees. Every driver got one. I'm going to go till 2 hours. I'm on 150. I thought I would end at 90 minutes. With live streams, you really don't know. You really don't know. You know, when the conversation's fun, when the conversation is exciting, carry on, right? I'm having a good time. I'm getting to spend my early evening with you guys. We're having fun. The archetype gamer says, I'm delivering food now. Hopefully things get better. I do. And it would be interesting to hear archetype gamer. You obviously know what you made in the rideshare business on average per week. now you can start comparing that to food deliveries. Do you come out? Obviously, measuring that in these times is probably a little difficult, right? But again, I would think that food deliveries should be rocking right now. People are truly afraid to go outside. They're having the food come in, right? I did not enjoy going to Costco today, I can tell you that. Mark Rowden says, I'm going to need new batteries for my flush toilet. I think they're good. So far, it's still working, but I've got plenty of spare batteries if we need to. The best 101 now says, can you read my text at 9:28? 9:28? Okay, I'll find it later. Dewey Fisher, got to run. Have a great evening. David says, I'm doing better in delivery now than before the COVID scare. Okay, so you have seen a massive increase in food deliveries. Okay, that's a good thing. DJ Danny says, our meat price spiked at Costco by $10. Wow. Yeah, I dropped 500 and something bucks at Costco today on food. Canada. Okay, cool. What part of Canada? Vancouver. Omar, good to see you. Cynthia Strait, how's everyone? We're hanging in there, right? We practicing social distancing, and we are staying at home. Mike says there are very, very, very few drivers out there on the road right now. In LA, 6:30. Roads are really, really empty. Justin says this virus is only good for one thing. The gas is down to $1.25 a gallon here. Wow. Where is that, man? We've got another little perv here. Sorry. Reported for sexually explicit material. That's what I reported you for. I think that's fair. I don't think you are. I think you're pretending to be. You're just a troll. But your comments won't be shared in this room. I made sure his comments, his dirty comments. It's perfectly fine if you're gay. There's nothing wrong if you're gay. But it's what you said before that we cannot share with people. And YouTube actually blocked that comment. $1.52 per gallon here in Georgia. Wow. Jeez, I need to go. I need to fill up my tank. Howard Q, Toronto's in the house. We welcome you, Howard, Canada. Good, my Canadian brothers and sisters are in the house. Yeah, San Francisco's still over $3. LA is still over $3. 167 in Mississippi. Ay, 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 ay. Why do we pay so much? Richard Feinberg. US or world economy need to close down for 1 to 3 months to stop the virus. I wonder if that's possible. Edinburgh, Scotland, Wild Camper 2020. Edinburgh, shout out to Edinburgh, Scotland. Beautiful, beautiful city. Taxes, taxes. What about the taxes, Liberty Murph? Taxes. Hamid says $1.99 in Chicago. It's still a phenomenal price. Godonis says this is opening everything back up in 15 days. Just announce it. What's opening up in 15 days? Wild Camper, shout out. Peaceful life. I like it. Peaceful life. Howard is in Edinburgh, Scotland. Yeah, Godoni, Canada might be doing it. The United States is not doing it. I know that New Zealand is also taking care of their drivers. Canada most probably as well, but not in here in the United States. Not here. Oh, I see what you mean. You're talking about the borders. Casinos, if it goes good for open 15 days. I don't think so. We haven't even reached the peak yet, my friends. We're following in a 2-3 week lag between Italy and other countries. Same curve, just a few weeks behind. Money over lives. Dollars over lives. San Antonio, $1.50, says Cynthia. Oh my goodness, I need to drive over there. Damn, that's less than 50% that I pay here. Last time I filled up was at $3.17 for premium, 93. Yeah, 93. David Cullen, well, I don't know. We'll see about that, right? I think that's a rather premature move to open that up in 15 days. Oh, you got a pinger. Go Donny Com's going. He's got a pinger. Pinger, ringer. It's time to move. Liberty Murph says, peace, you all. I'm out of here. You have an amazing evening, Liberty Murph. You and your family stay safe over there, okay? Love and life. You and your family stay safe over there. Everyone, family, stay safe over there. Peaceful life. Am I going to file a lawsuit against Ethan? No, I'm not going to file the lawsuit against Ethan. Take care of it in a different way. Not physical. Just make his life a fucking misery. So he learns. He's got to learn from this. You can't go around saying these type of things, you know. And if I dig into Ethan's past, I'm sure there's a couple of skeletons in it. But I'm not going to go into the details. What I'll do, I know I've dealt with people like that. Just let me just leave it at that. Period. Don't have to go into details. But lawsuit, waste of time. Waste of time. Yeah, he'll find out what South Africa pressure looks like. Money talks, bullshit walks, my friend. Can take care of everything. Juan Rosario in Colombia, Uber, the new contract states that the rider is responsible for accidents, tickets. Anything that happens is the rider's responsibility. Wow, that's interesting. I would love to see the verbiage on that. If you could email me or text me anything, obviously it's in Spanish, we'll have it translated. But Juan, that sounds amazing. Eh? Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? What in Colombia? Oh, they have their own rules, man. That's music to my ears, my friend. Music to my ears. Anything you have, any screenshot in Spanish? Well, let's get this translated. So happy dias, Liam, I'm live. Happy dias. People are homesick of not working, exactly, and people are going stir crazy, like the kids in this house right now. They're going stir crazy. When you have them all in four walls, they start going nutty. They start attacking each other. Rick Johnson, Rick from Ohio, thanks for keeping us informed. I appreciate you saying that, Rick. We help each other. let this be broadcasting studio to the world, just another YouTube channel trying to expose these guys, right? And all my other fellow YouTubers are doing a fantastic job. I know that Dustin's applying the pressure, Harry's applying the pressure. We're allowed to ask the tough questions in these times. We're entitled to ask them. And if we have to lash, like I say, death by 1,000 lashes, we will spank his ass 1,000 times until he understands that he needs to start talking truthfully. Can't just divert, lie, create algorithms, steal all dollars, create algorithms, steal all dollars, lie. Doesn't work like that. George A. Tantillion says it's dangerous to work. Indeed it is, my friend. Arch Type Gamer says, doing great. I'm happy to hear that. IQ Boy, been finishing last 4 days, going crazy at home. Yeah, exactly. You do. Rideshare Relief says you need to pray for me. I will. I'll make a prayer for you. No problem. Hey, Danu. I'm live. You guys need to stop fighting like cat and dog up there, okay? You guys like scratching each other's eyeballs out. Yeah, well, go outside and run 10 laps. Go outside, get your skateboard, your rollerblades, and let off. Go and let off some steam. Rideshare Relief, he says, I'm very sick and need prayers. So we'll give you prayers, everyone. Not feeling good, send them prayers and relief. Absolutely. Arch Type Gamer Torst, you're amusing. I'll take that. I'll wear that T-shirt, amusing, all day long. You know, why not? The gentleman that called you was very nice. I don't know which gentleman you're talking about. I don't know. Oh, the gentleman that called me from New Jersey? Yeah, he was a wonderful person. EJ Danny says, I would let off steam on Derek K. I like that. I like that. Oh, amazing. Oh, I thought you said amusing. Okay, good. Auto text, right? Yeah, that damn auto text. We write in a message. I tell you something, guys. It is always good when you're texting somebody a long thing, right? Make sure you read it first before you hit that send button, because these auto text things can really change our words and get us into a lot of trouble. Just saying. You guys all know what I'm talking about, right? Double check before you hit that green send button. Make sure that your auto text hasn't changed specific words for you. That's all I can say. I'm thinking about becoming a process server. Good. It's I've done it. I've served papers for buddies, other lawsuits. I've done it. The one time I hopped over a freaking 8-foot wall and I ran. And my funniest story on serving papers, funniest story is, do you guys want to hear it? Funniest story. My dear friend in Santa Monica got shafted by this landlord, kept like, I don't know, $8,000-9,000 deposit. And my friend Denise, she gave up. Like, fuck, she tried to serve these people. And I said, did you try and serve that party? So he said, yeah, it's a lady, but she's either never there or she gets up early, or she lives in a house and doesn't answer the door. So you can't serve her. So I'm like, okay. So this was on Sunset Boulevard in Pacific Palisades. Knowing her movements, junkyard mechanic, thank you so much. She leaves the house 6 a.m. So I went over there at 5 a.m. in the morning. It's dark. And the lady said, you know, she usually showers, gets ready. I said, okay, give me the layout of her house. Where is the shower? Where's the bathroom? So maybe in the morning, you got to get ready, right? So you know there's a light on this side of the house. That must be the bathroom. So the person told me, yeah, the bathroom is like second room down from the house on the right side of the building. So at 5:30 in the morning, she's in the bathroom, right? This lady's, I could just see steam. You can't see through the window because it's one of those hazed out glasses, right? And I bang on the window. And she's like, she goes, who is it? Who is it? I said, it's the workers, ma'am. We arrived early today. And she said, what workers? As the garden workers, we arrived early. So I keep on knocking on the bathroom window. She opens up, I kid you not literally just covering up her front. I handed the papers through the bathroom window to a lady who was about to get into the shower. I handed, I said, you've been served. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And I left. So I went down to my friend's house, Denise, and I said, Denise, I served her. She said, no way. I've tried to serve her for months. And yep, that's how we did it. 5:30 a.m. Inland Salvi in the house. How are you, buddy? Let me see. Inland Salvi, can you send me one of those pictures right now that you emailed me? I'll show the people what a great job you guys do over there in San Bernardino. You know that picture of your group? You have it for me right now? Could you text it over? So I can show the peeps here what you do there. Yeah. Howdy, howdy, Laura.
Howdy, howdy.
Did you go on a hike?
Yes, it's beautiful weather.
Okay, well, the kids are beating each other up there because
they're fine
they're getting stir crazy.
Oh, you know they are. It's stir crazy.
I'm still live, though. You know that, right?
Oh, okay. I won't say anything embarrassing.
Talking to myself here. George Tantillion. Yeah, text it to me. Sorry, here we go. Got my number, right? I can show these peeps what a remarkable... Hi, Laura. Everybody's waving.
Hi.
How's that bad boy? That's what, that's what summer should be looking like. Coronavirus free. Getting a lot of hi Lauras.
Hi.
I want to see a picture from Inland Empire Salvi. Here we go. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the man on the far outside over here. That's Inland Empire Salvi with his group, keeping the streets of the Inland Empire clean. Godspeed to you, Go Donnycom. That's really sad news. Pray for you. Sorry to hear that, my friend. His mom died, 89 years old. That's sad. I'm very, very sorry to hear that news. Love and light to you, my friend. His mom passed away. Do your thing, my friend. Switch off. Go take care. The family needs you. Welcome, Inland Empire Salvi. Now that, look at him. What a Healthy lad he is, dude. Yeah, big smiles. Huge smiles. Graciela Beltran. Sí, señor. Like this one. I like this picture. The boys that take care of business. We need Ethan's, what's his name? I think Ethan needs a visit, right? Ethan needs a visit. Ethan Smith needs a visit. Oh no, nobody's taking a whiz in the background. It's Laura's unpacking stuff and pouring drinks. It's time to have wine. What you think was somebody taking a whiz is actually pouring wine. We have a little glass of red wine in the evening here. Do hand me that red wine, honey. The Truth Warrior just ordered your lung drops. Yes, they're not cheap, but listen, I'm telling you right now, there's 3 products, right? You'll be thankful when the shit hits the fan. I've had a friend with pneumonia. I gave it to them. Also gave that to one of the Foo Fighters, Taylor, whose chest was closed. He's having pneumonia. 3 days later, chest opens up. The stuff, I had Laura taste it the other day. She says the most disgusting stuff she's ever tasted, right?
Yes.
The stuff, actually, it like literally you feel like there's flames in your lungs. You take like 2-3 drops, all you need. See there? Here's your guinea pig lab rat, the Rideshare Professor. If I tell you fire just lit up in my lungs. Good shit. Bourbon. Bourbon also does the trick. Archetype gamer. Hey, talking about bourbon, don't we have whiskey? I think we should have a shot. Whiskey in a bottle. Thank you, Inland Empire. Vice versa. Ethan the little squirrel. All right, my friends. Wow, that's a record. 131 thumbs up. I don't think I've ever received 131 thumbs up. If there's anyone in this room who has not given a thumbs up, please do. I believe I could get that to 140. That would be a record for me, personal record. 137. Oh my gosh. Wow. Laura, I got 139 thumbs up on this video. Wow. That's a record for me. 141. Gee whiz. Yeah, I just broke my record. You guys helped me break my record. Thank you. I owe you guys a thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. By the way, I don't know who goes shopping at Costco, but they always seem to be out of water, but they always have this vitamin water, right? Always manage to get a couple of cases of that. So if you guys are ever heading Costco in the near future, do yourself a favor, get yourself a couple of cases of the Kirkland's their brand, right?
Yes.
That's their brand, Costco brand. So, exactly, Robin, thank you for saying that. We're sorry for your loss, Go.ecom. We will pray for you and your family. Paolo Bellezia. Vegas Rideshare 888. 888 is luck. Number 1 from Vegas. Archetype Gamer, thank you, thank you. Oh, you said that. I have a Berkey water filter. Do not need bottled. What are they? About $250, $260 for those units, those Berkey water filters, right? About $260. Am I right, Truth Warrior? Good. David says Berkeys are amazing. All right, my friends. 147, 3 more, and you've made my night. You've made my night. Every 2 hours and 15 minutes, every 135 minutes was completely worth it. I got to hang out with my friends here. 245. Yeah, I was close. I said 250. I'm on 148. I've never seen this. I've never seen 148. Thumbs up. Whoop, whoop. Super excited. Super excited. 148. Never too late for 148. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Everybody, thumbs up, thumbs up. I'm out of here. If you guys give me 150, I'm out of here. I'll shut up. I promise. I'll zip. Laura's going to, oh, thank God. Thank God he's going to stop. Sure. Hey, put the link, Inland Empire, to your video. Do go and subscribe to him, please. He's an amazing person, I can tell you. He's an awesome person, and he's keeping the streets of San Bernardino safe, thanks to people like Inland Empire Salvi. Go and subscribe to him. Levo, we appreciate you. Says prayer goes out to all Uber drivers, drivers in Las Vegas, drivers all around the world. I don't care if you're in Tokyo, Japan, Berlin, Germany, Cape Town, South Africa, Sydney, Australia, or New York, America, or Vancouver, Canada. Everybody needs to be safe during these times. Every country. India, China, Africa, Europe, South America, North America. Even the guys who are running around there on the North Pole or the South Pole. Hope you all stay coronavirus free. Armin Gutabi, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me take a picture of all this wonderful, there we go, that's who we are. Sending you the vibes on a Monday night. Appreciate you guys. We hit it, 152. We made it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's my record right there. Legends. You guys are legends. Prayers for Ethan Smith. Peaceful life. Yes, indeed. We pray for him. Have a great one. Go, Donnie. We pray for you and your family. Now, the way I end my video. Gracias, thank you, merci, dankeschön, spasiba, grazie. That's it. We covered all the languages. Any other language that I left out here?
I think you missed a few.
I did? Well, thank you in another language. Give me one.
Language of love.
I said thank you in multiple languages. What?
Arigato.
Arigato. Nomo arigato, Mr. Arigato. Domo. All right, now I'm losing my mind.
Yes.
People think I have coronavirus over here. So it's time to get off. Salama. Which language is that? What about Portuguese? Isn't it obrigado? Obrigado. Paulo Belezia. That's Brazil, right? Or Portugal. Obrigado. There we go. Tás bom is a good day, right? In Portuguese. Tás bom. How do you? Oh, Filipino. You say salama. Did I pronounce that right? Salama. I like that. Salama. Awesome. Paula says yes. All right, my friends. We covered all the languages. We said our thank yous, and you guys stay safe, okay? And if you are out there, you know the drill. You know the drill. Clean up, major disinfecting after every trip. Take care of yourselves, guys. Appreciate you.